Hey Pally, today's Thursday, September 13th, 2018.
And InFocus starts right now.
Well, Apple unveiled their new products yesterday.
And a proposal for the construction of 60 housing units for educators is picking up steam. All that and more is coming up on today's show.
Welcome to InFocus. I'm Sarah Nash.
And I'm Norna Vade.
Topping today's show, let's take a look at today's campus bulletin. Staff and students are reminded to send announcements to Bulletin at InFocusNews.tv. Parking permit enforcement started yesterday, and anyone parking in the Pally parking lots now need a permit. Permits can be purchased at the ASB bookkeeper's office for $100 for the entire year. This Friday will be the year's first club day. In order to allow optimal time for club signups, there will be an alternate schedule with a 65-minute lunch. There are countless colleges and universities visiting Pally in the coming months. There is a calendar posted in the office for more information that you can find on Naviance. For prior approval forms and to miss class, visit the College and Career Center. Well, early in the 1800s, America had just become a free nation and had started a new war with Britain over trade disagreements.
During this tumultuous time, one man by the name of Scott Key wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. And Thayer Catcher, our very own resident historian, has been learning more. How did this all go down, Thayer?
Well, Nor, on this day in 1814, Key wrote the powerful text of our national anthem. During the War of 1812, British troops torched the White House, Capitol building, and the Library of Congress. From there, they moved on to Key's home state of Maryland. While standing on a ship, he witnessed the bombing of Fort McHenry. It inspired him to write the words of our famous national anthem. Eventually, the poem was set to music, and what's interesting is that the song didn't become the national anthem until 1933. That's 113 years after it was written. It's amazing how a single piece of literature can withstand the test of time and become something that the writer never thought it would be. Back to you, Sarah and Nor.
Now let's move on from the news of the past to some current news.
This is today's News Minute. Well, more than 10 million people along the coast went under storm watches and warnings yesterday as Hurricane Florence is making its way towards the eastern coastline. People in Georgia, Virginia, Maryland, and North and South Carolina are under states of emergency and have been told to evacuate their homes as the National Weather Service has called Hurricane Florence the storm of a lifetime for many portions of the Carolina coast.
Yesterday, Apple released 3 new versions of the Apple iPhone and Apple Watch. The product unveiling took place at Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino, California. The newest versions are called iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR, and the Apple Watch Series 4. The iPhone XS and XS Max will be available to pre-order on Friday, September 14th and ship Friday, September 21st in the US and other countries. You'll be able to pre-order the iPhone XR beginning Friday, October 19th, and it will hit stores on Friday, October 26th. A proposal to build affordable housing for North County school employees in Palo Alto is picking up steam after a local school district agreed to set aside $600,000 to help finance the project. The housing idea was spearheaded by County Supervisor Joe Simidian earlier this year, proposing construction of at least 60 housing units on county-owned land for teachers and school faculty. The estimated cost for the project is around $36 million. Simidian is banking on 5 regional school districts to pay up $600,000 for their share of the units, 5 of which include Palo Alto Unified. InFocus will return right after this break.
What's up, Pally? We're Sources of Strength.
Sources of Strength is a student-led and driven organization
that focuses on improving the mental health of the community. We focus on promoting hope, health, and strength through positive events and campaigns on campus.
I joined Sources to work with like-minded individuals to host and execute positive campaigns.
I joined Sources to make a difference in my community.
If any of this sounds interesting to you, feel free to check us out.
Welcome back. Pally Sports are off to a great start this year.
With more on Pally Sports,
Max is in the studio now with the latest in Pally Sports news.
What's going on in the world of sports today, Max?
Well, yesterday was quiet, but today's schedule is stacked. First, I want to urge all teams to send in your scores and highlights to Bulletin at InFocusNews.tv or Update Max Preps so that we can feature your achievements on air. Let's dive right into another action-packed day for Pally Sports. Boys varsity volleyball is away at Homestead at 4 p.m. The girls play at home against Mountain View with JV beginning at 5:30 p.m. followed by varsity at 6:45. Pally water polo hits the pool away at Gunn. The Action starts with the boys varsity team at 3:30, boys JV at 4:45, followed by girls JV at 5:45, and finally, girls varsity at 6:45. Girls varsity tennis will take on Homestead at home at 4 p.m., while the JV squad will be on the road at Homestead at 4 p.m. It's a nice day for golf, and the girls varsity golf will tee it up against Los Gatos at 3:30. Finally, the undefeated Pali varsity field hockey team will play their second home match ever at 4 p.m. versus Homestead. So, whether you enjoy your sports on a court, a field, or in the pool, there are plenty of opportunities to go out there and support your fellow Vikes today. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, Max.
For those who are not familiar, here on InFocus, we love hearing and seeing what the Pali community is up to.
Students and staff can show Pali what they're up to by tweeting their pics or videos to our Twitter at Pali InFocus or DMing us on our Instagram at InFocus News.
We love to see all the great things Pali students are up to.
And to tell us what the weather is up to, Ingrid Paicha is in the studio now.
Ingrid, what can we expect out there today?
Well, Northern California is a pretty great place to live, but a great weather makes a weather girl like me's job pretty easy. It's going to be beautiful out there. Let's look at the maps. So today, the temperature right now is 67 degrees Fahrenheit and it's pretty sunny. The high is going to be 69 and the low is going to be 55. There's going to be a gust of wind blowing at 12 miles per hour. Our humidity stands at 80% and there's going to be no rain today. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 72 with a low of 54 with a partly cloudy weather. On Saturday, it's going to be really sunny. Our high is going to be 72 and the low is going to be 54. Now looking at our 5cast, you can see that Saturday and Sunday and Monday, it's going to be really sunny. However, on Friday and Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy. The highs are going to remain in the low 70s, while our lows are going to remain in the low 50s to mid 50s. Looking at the Doppler map for the Bay Area, you can see that the lows are going to be on the low 50s, while our highs are going to be on the mid 60s to high 60s. However, in San Jose, you can see that's going to be 77 today. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pali.